because I'm sorry, but like we don't have ethical like rules that say that you can't receive text messages or you can't respond to text messages, or the audacity to decide that you want to strip a Black woman of her committee assignment because she was texting with Epstein.
Okay, it is also false that Mitt Romney and the NRCC took money. Not true that they took money from Jeffrey Epstein. Yeah. So is this
a different Jeffrey Epstein?
Yeah.
When you're going to throw out an accusation that big, just own it, say it was a mistake, and move on. Don't sling an accusation out on the congressional floor and not dial it back quickly, abruptly say I got it wrong, and move on.
Dr. Jeffrey Epstein, did you donate to Jasmine Crockett? I read you might.
I did.
Ladies and gentlemen, Jasmine Crockett has humiliated herself yet again. What else is new? This is probably the biggest embarrassment. I mean, you got AOC out there, but no, I just think Crockett just slightly edges her out in terms of being just a huge embarrassment, just humiliating to even be a part of the overall caucus that is Congress. And here she made a fool of herself because even Clown News Network called her out for flubbing and saying that someone named Jeffrey Epstein is donating to Republicans, knowing full well it wasn't the Jeffrey Epstein that everybody's talking about.
You talked about Republicans taking money from a Jeffrey Epstein. Here's what you said.
Who also took money from somebody named Jeffrey Epstein, as I had my team dig in very quickly. Mitt Romney, the NRCC, Lee Zeldin, George Bush, Win Red, McCain Palin, Rick Lazio.
You mentioned Lee Zeldin there. He's now a cabinet secretary. He responded and said it was actually Dr. Jeffrey Epstein, who's a doctor that doesn't have any relation to the convicted sex trafficker. Unfortunate for that doctor, but that is who donated to a prior campaign of his. Do you want to correct the record on the people that...
Listen, I never said that it was that Jeffrey Epstein. Just so that people understand, when you make a donation, your picture is not there. And because they decided to spring this on us in real time, I wanted the Republicans to think about what could potentially happen, because I knew that they didn't even try to go through the FEC. So my team, what they did is they Googled. And that is specifically why I said a Jeffrey Epstein. Unlike Republicans, I at least don't go out and just tell lies. Because it was not the same one, that's fine. But when Lee Zeldin had something to say, all he had to say was it was a different Jeffrey Epstein. He admitted that he did receive donations from a Jeffrey Epstein, so at least I wasn't trying to mislead people. Now, have I dug in to find out who this doctor is? I have not. So I will trust and take what he says, is that it wasn't that Jeffrey Epstein, but I was not attempting to mislead anybody. I literally had maybe 20 minutes before I had to do that debate.
Yeah, but people might see that and say, well, you're trying to make it sound like he took money from
I did not know.
A registered sex offender.
No, but I literally did not know. When you search FEC files, and that's what I had my team to do, I texted them and I said, listen, we're going up. They are saying that she took donations.
Right, but someone might say, well, your team should have done the homework to make sure it wasn't the convicted sex trafficker.
Within 20 minutes, you could not find that out, not from just doing a quick search on FEC. So, number one, I made sure that I was clear that it was a Jeffrey Epstein, but I never said that it was specifically that Jeffrey Epstein, because I knew that we would need more time to really.
If you know that it's not the same person, or you even suspect it, why would you foolishly? She had to think that the fake news was going to cover for her or something. Like, oh, well, she meant a Jeffrey Epstein. Like, you know, of course she wasn't going to know. I mean, it's an honest mistake. No, they said, girl, this don't look right. It's not even the same guy. So apparently the guy who it was, the Jeffrey Epstein, who's a doctor, who's a totally unaffiliated Jeffrey Epstein, because the name Jeffrey and Epstein apparently are not that rare. This guy went on Fox News and he clowned Jasmine Crockett. He actually donated to her as well. So now she's a person who is also donated to Jeffrey Epstein. I thought this was pretty freaking funny. Let's go ahead and react to this. By the way, guys, there's a new feature on YouTube where you can hype videos. So be sure to like the video, hype the video. It helps out a lot. Appreciate you.
Dr. Jeffrey Epstein, I don't know at this point if I should feel sorry for you. I'm sure you're proud of your family name. How do you feel getting mixed up in that mess?
It's been a week of a disaster, if you might say. I was very happy with my name. I've had it longer than he has. Obviously, I'm still here and he's not. But to be implicated or even the insinuation that I am the pedophile, it was really pretty awful what she did. And she clearly, when she did her word scramble backpedaling on CNN the other night, those were just blatant lies. It's ridiculous.
Would you take legal action against her?
I had considered it, but of course, with the law, you cannot, because the comments were made on in the Senate floor, so you can't sue based on the constitutional law.
What about what she said on CNN? We're given a chance to get it right.
She certainly didn't get it right. If anything, she lied even further because she never once said a Jeffrey Epstein. She said Jeffrey Epstein. Clearly, she implied that Lee Zeldin, amongst others, had taken money from the pedophile. But let the record show that if you look in the filings, you also see that Jasmine Crockett took money from Jeffrey Epstein.
I always feel sorry. I mean, I chose this life that I live to be in the public eye. But for people that don't choose it and they get smeared and slandered and besmirched, I've often given advice to friends that have gone through that. It's very hard on them. Has this been very hard on you?
It's been annoying. That's the best way I can say it. I've been inundated
You're
with...
very gracious.
A few too many texts, a few too many phone calls, people showing up at my home saying they're friends of mine. A reporter from the New York Post came by. It's just so silly. It's annoying, and that's what it was.
Did you donate to Jasmine Crockett? I read you might.
I was hoping this would go away already. I thought this would die down after a couple of days, but it just seems to keep going and going.
Did you donate to Jasmine Crockett? I read you might.
I did. I donated to Jasmine Crockett.
Mm-hmm. All right, that's political jiu-jitsu. Good play.
Hilarious.
Doctor, thank you, and keep up the great work you're doing.
He said that, yeah, if you guys noticed, he said earlier, let the record reflect that Jasmine Crockett has also received donations from Jeffrey Epstein. So he already said that. It looked like Hannity didn't quite pick up on that at first. He was busy asking follow-up questions. But stupid Crockett, like this, you can make mistakes. People make mistakes all the time. But this, I don't know if she already knew this and just figured nobody would say anything and the fake news will cover for her like they have been doing for Democrats, but they're doing it like less and less right now. Or if she just is legitimately an idiot and actually thought that, oh, we got the Republicans now. See, this is what happens when you don't get your people all on board. Maybe they should have talked to the Democrat whip and they could have said, hey, look, what they're going to find in them files, it may not be good for us. So, let's kind of pipe down on it. But that's apparently not what happened. Jasmine Crockett wasn't invited to the white cookout. Okay, like a lot of the people up in there know that they had actually had dealings with the real pedo Jeffrey Epstein, and Crockett apparently didn't know, like, hey, maybe I should do further research into this to make sure that our own people aren't implicated in all of these other Republicans that have received donations. It wasn't from a totally different person. Being a person at her level, Crockett, I believe, is an actual or she was a licensed attorney, got her law degree and all this stuff, and making a mistake like this really goes to show you why formal education has failed. But these are just my thoughts, guys. Let me know what you guys think. Drop a like on the video. Subscribe to the channel if you're new. I appreciate you guys watching the Black Anomaly Rising channel. I'm out. Big shout out to my members, 655, Cat 3309, and Noodle. Could not do it without you.
She's the smartest person they could find. So they sent her to do this. And the reason is this, because they are desperate to make this a story about Trump and Epstein. And the only thing we found out in the last week is that it's a story about Democrats and Epstein. Correct. You got Larry Summers asking for dating advice from Epstein. You got Hakeem Jeffries trying to raise money from Epstein. You got Plaskett being programmed by Epstein. They lost the narrative, so they sent out their smartest person, Jasmine Crockett, to try to reset the narrative, and it blew up in their face. They may regret going down this road.
By the way,